Hello, welcome to the LawyerFair Daily Podcast. My name is Andrew Weaver from LawyerFair, and I'm very pleased to welcome a friend as well as a kind of partner to our business, and that's Jilly Sainsbury-Bow from Law Express. Good morning, Jilly.
Morning, Andrew.
Now, we seem to be on the line. It sounds like you're in the middle of Alaska, but actually, you're just in sunny Lincolnshire, aren't you?
I am indeed. Yes, very rural Lincolnshire as well. So
Well,
I do apologise if we have some background noise
well,
of sheep and birds, but there we are.
Well, that sounds lovely. Coming from Cornwall, I rather miss that background that background noise. But perhaps they're the ones that are interfering with the line, Jilly. But listen, without further ado, we work with a number of partners, and one of the firms that we've worked with now, pretty much from when we started, actually, is Law Express, who provide a great service, kind of low-cost telephone advice service, which is probably not encapsulating it perfectly. So, Jilly, do give us a bit more background information about what Law Express does and the kind of kind of service you offer.
Yes, we're basically purely a telephone legal advice service, and we offer businesses and individuals a telephone legal advice line, and also we provide online legal information as well.
And I think the key, one of the reasons I think that we've allied ourselves a little bit together is I think a key USP for you, and my perception of it is that you're very independent and impartial. You're not a law firm, and I get the sense, I don't know, to correct me if I'm wrong, that's what customers particularly like about using Law Express.
Yes, I think that is the fact. That is a very good point, Andrew. Really, yes, we are not a law firm. We're there purely to answer the calls, in a pragmatic way and giving the independent advice that people are seeking. So really, it seems to work very well with the organisations that we've been working with for many years, some of them in actual fact.
Well, I know that you work with a lot of affiliates and quite well-known brand affiliates as well, very high-profile firms. What's companies? What's the kind of? Is there a typical type of work? I mean, what's the range of work that you deal with?
We can do both business legal, and we certainly can do personal legal. So, for instance, we may well be half of our business is very much talking to employers of perhaps small businesses and helping them through the sort of problems that they may be facing. Or on the other side of the spectrum, we can be working with employees of very large organisations. And assisting them through, it could well be family problems, property problems they may be dealing with. But on the other side, we can be talking about employment grievances, procedures with the employers. So we have a very, very varied sort of background of subjects that we cover.
Well, I know certainly from my experience, Julie, what's happened with the work that we've been able to send through to you is sometimes we'll get businesses ring us up, and it just needs that initial call. You know, they don't necessarily need a lawyer, and they don't need to get. And quite a few businesses get a little stressed, frankly, when they think they do have to speak to a lawyer.
Yes.
And so there
Yes.
have been a number of occasions, as you know, where people have come onto our platform and it just hasn't been appropriate. And
Exactly.
going through to Law Express has immediately solved their concern or their worry, or at least given them very knowledgeable guidance on what to do next.
Exactly. We're a very good first port of call, really.
Yeah.
And so many times people perhaps may think that we may well be, we won't be able to answer the problems that they present to us. But in actual fact, very, very quickly we can unravel what the actual need is and resolve the problem very quickly. So, yes, we can, that's what we're really very, very good at, really.
Well, I heartily recommend Law Express, and as I say, we are so confident in the service you offer that we very happily recommend you to some of our customers. So you're based over, I know you're based over in a beautiful part of Avon and Somerset, very near the Clifton Suspension Bridge. But
Yes, yes.
is it just UK businesses or customers that you deal with, Julia? Is there overseas stuff as well?
No, we tend to offer, we really are sort of UK based. We could certainly cover Scotland and Wales and Northern Ireland. But we do have partners where we can, if people do have a European requirement, then certainly we can access other, law firms. But predominantly we are fully just in the UK.
Yeah, lovely. Well, listen, I'm always appreciative of people who join us on these daily podcasts of ours. And is there anything that you want to leave us with? I haven't actually primed you very well for this question, Julie, but is there anything?
I should quickly scratch my head.
I normally prime people before I do these chats and say, oh, is there a kind of nugget, something you can leave us with? But I must confess, I completely forgot. But is there anything, any consistent theme, or I mean, the first port of call is a very important kind of message to leave us with, isn't it, in terms of if people...
It certainly is. And I think the thing is, people have increasingly sort of more access to information. And really, I think what we sometimes do forget, that people actually do want to talk to someone. They want a voice. And actually, yes, they may well be getting information. We can certainly guide people to information. But I think it's important to remember in this day and age that people do still like to talk. So, and that's what we find that really, people want to access our service for.
Well, that's right. I mean, people who know what they're talking about as well. There is a swirl of information out there, whether it's internet or down at the golf club, swirl of information that is not necessarily going to be the right
That's
information.
right.
So yeah, listen, Jilly, thanks again. I'm sorry to. I mean, this line it really is disastrous. Are you sure you're not kind of dangling your feet in an infinity pool in Dubai or something? I mean, it's,
Sadly not.
Well,
I wish
goodness
I was.
me. I'm going to have a word with...
I'm off to King's Cross in a minute, so sadly not.
I must have a word with Skype about their connectivity. But listen, thanks again.
Thank you.
All right, Jilly,
Thank you, Andrew.
Not at all. That was the LawyerFair Daily Podcast. We shall be speaking again tomorrow. Thanks for listening.